welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. And if you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. Okay, we have the Six of Wands, we have the King of Cups, we have the Death card, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so right off the bat, there's a truth here that needs to come through. Here is what I'm picking up on. It's not just a truth actually that is coming through here. It's also a form of communication that needs to be adjusted. It's an offer from the universe, not only to communicate better with the universe and your guides, but it's also an opportunity that is being presented to you to manifest in a much more efficient way. What I'm picking up on with the Six of Wands, this is a card of success, of forward movement. This is also a card of sometimes vanity, where there's like things that are happening on the surface that are not getting down to the deeper aspects. There's some more digging that needs to happen. Things need to go deeper. And I'm very much picking up on that because we also have the King of Cups here, which is having a full understanding of emotions and being able to be calm regardless of what's going on and use your emotions as a tool to help benefit you and the people around you. And what I'm seeing is that there's been a lot of forward movement, a lot of success, but there's sort of this disconnect between the way you feel about your success. And part of it has to do with there's a lack of fulfillment here. For some of you, I'm really picking up on that you've succeeded in doing a lot of the things you want, but you don't feel any more fulfilled or happy by the achievement. There's sort of this disconnect between the feeling of what you thought you were going to feel by the achievement and what actually you feel. And it's because you need to dig deeper. This is causing you to kind of go through this spiritual awakening. There's a lot of endings that are happening and new beginnings because you are stepping into a new timeline where there's more authenticity. But I'm also seeing that with a lot of forward movement happening, the spiritual awakening is more taking place internally than it is outwardly. And what I mean by that is instead of it feeling like there's all these endings and things that are happening so much in your outer world, there's more of this digging deeper, this wanting for understanding and enlightenment that's happening internally here, which is causing things in your outer world to shift. But sometimes we go through these spiritual awakenings that are very physical, where it's like all the changes are happening very much externally, and it's causing internal things to shift, like you lose your job or you're moving houses or something like that. This is not that kind of transformation. This is the internal one. This is where things are moving forward in your outer world. You may actually be relatively even stable in your outer world, but there's a lot of things happening internally that makes everything feel less stable because there's this sort of breaking opening that's happening where it's sort of you're breaking and peeling back these layers of yourself and you're getting more into the depths of who you are. I'm seeing that a lot of you have received even really big breakthroughs or you're about to receive a lot of breakthroughs with the Eight of Wands. There's a lot of forward movement happening, but you still sort of feel stuck. There's still sort of this energy where you still don't feel fulfilled. Maybe you feel a little lost, like you're not moving or you don't know what direction to move in. And there's this sort of energy where you feel sort of trapped and stuck in a timeline or stuck in a mindset or stuck like repeating certain cycles and you can't figure out what the issue is. What I'm seeing here is that the digging deeper that needs to happen is that some of you are asking for the wrong things. You need to dig deeper into that particular thing. So the first example that's coming to mind here is that for those of you who are asking for wealth or asking for more money, the reason why there's a disconnect between the fulfillment and also maybe a disconnect between what you want and the level of achievement on that is because you're not digging deeper to the the deep-seated desires. The universe responds to the stronger energies the most. And the reason why that's important is because that means that if you want to be effective at your manifestations, it requires you to ask from the heart, which means you have to be asking in a place where it's a true deep desire. So for those of you who are struggling with money, because that's the example that comes to mind, the easiest one for me to give this example. The reason why maybe you might be achieving success in that, but you're not quite where you want to be, or you don't feel fulfilled in that, is because you're not getting to the deeper rooted thing of the manifestation. Oftentimes when we want money and we want wealth, what we're actually asking for is freedom. You want to have the freedom to travel, or the freedom to not worry about bills, the freedom to have certain luxuries. It has more to do with the freedom, or it has more to do with the feeling of stability or the feeling of comfort than it does with the actual money. So the problem here that I'm seeing is that you need to get to the root of your things that you're trying to manifest. You need to dig deeper. Certain things that you may be asking for, such as money, may be too broad, in terms of you're not getting to the root of the deep-seated desire that you actually want. So with money, for example, and you wanting to get to the freedom, or maybe it's comfort, maybe it's luxury, you need to better define the deep-seated aspects of what you desire, because then things will fall into place. If you're so focused on one area, such as money, that is more surface level and material, you're going to manifest money here and there. It's going to come in pieces and waves, but it's going to be very inconsistent. If you are asking for freedom in your life, or you're asking for ease, then that energy starts infusing into all areas of your life. And it amplifies the energy, because it's not only reflected in all the areas, but it's also coming from a true heart desire. Part of this awakening is really getting to your authenticity, and it's aligning your manifestations to that authenticity, and it's getting to the root of things. So for those of you who want success, what about the success is it that you want? Because success is very broad. For those of you who want money, what about the money do you want? Because that is very broad. Some of you are not being specific enough in your order. It's like you're going to the restaurant and saying, I want a taco. Okay, like, do you want a fish taco? Do you want a shrimp taco? Do you want a chicken taco? Do you want lettuce? Do you want tomatoes? Do you hate sour cream? Kind of get my point here. Some of you need to get more specific without getting so specific that you narrow yourself into a box. Some of you are going too broad, and you're not defining the more definitive, deep-rooted emotions and thoughts and feelings behind what you're asking for. Get more specific and infuse it into what you need in your life and what you want and desire in your life from a deep-seated perspective. And that will shift your manifestations to where you will not feel stuck and you will not feel so unfulfilled. It'll also remove a lot of resistance, because it's going to be coming from a more authentic and true to self place. It's going to be coming from a more deep-seated emotional place where it's not going to be so surface level. So the energy you're putting out and receiving back is going to be deeper, if that makes sense. So your affirmation for this reading is, I am getting to the root of my desires, and I am communicating that effectively to the universe, because that's largely the problem here. You're not communicating the deeper things you want. You're kind of communicating the surface level. You need to dig deeper if you want more fulfillment, you want more abundance. This is going to require you to be a lot more honest. Do the deeper work. You'll be able to communicate better. And the universe is going to be guiding you. So be open at this time to receiving that guidance of where specifically or how specifically you should be doing it. And that will help you as well. So if this reading resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment your affirmation down below. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.